Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my LP run for the game Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos on the NES. In today's part, we're going to be heading into the first truly difficult level in the game, and actually this is probably one of my favorite levels as well. The layout in these two stages, especially the later part in the castle, is really fun. Although when you're first learning these two stages, it can be actually pretty frustrating because there's a lot of easy points to die here. A lot of bottomless pits. Now in this opening part, you're going to probably want to take it really slow going through here because, as you can tell, it's difficult to see where you're going. One tip that I like to do is that I'll pause the screen if I'm not sure where I need to jump with the platforming. And, you know, even after all these years of playing the game, I still have a lot of times when I don't really know where I need to go, so I'll just pause the game and I can look to see where the next platform is to jump to. You can also just wait for the lightning to flicker back on, which it'll do after a couple seconds, but I don't always like to do that because it drains the timer a little bit, and also you will occasionally get hit by an enemy if you do that. Now we're going to be moving on to my favorite part, probably of the whole game actually, which is this stage. This stage has unbelievable music, and I love the enemy placement in this level. You can just tear through the enemies here with Ninpo, and it's really fun. Now, when I used to play this game when I was, first started when I was about 10 years old, I died all the time on this level. It took me a long time to actually be able to beat it, so if I do make this look easy, it's really just from a lot of years of practice. It's definitely not an easy stage. We're going to be attempting a really difficult maneuver here that was actually very hard because that boss can kill you. That guy at the bottom of the screen, he can kill you so easily. If you can manage to fall down on the platform and not get knocked into the pit by him, you can grab an extra 1-up, which I wanted to do there. But ordinarily, that's really hard to do that. I also would like to mention again, I did in part 2, but you need to collect as much Ninpo as possible because you're going to need it for the boss fights. So there's a scroll in every stage, and you want to make sure that you pick those up on your way through to the boss. Now this guy is actually not that difficult. I kind of messed this fight up a little bit. You might find him to be somewhat hard the first time you play the game, but there's a really easy way around this. You want to jump into his hitbox and knock him onto the ground. When you do that, you're going to have a clone positioned directly above you, and the clone is going to knock him back to the ground once he gets up in the air, so you'll kind of get him in this pattern where he's going up and down and he's just getting hit by Ryu and the clone who's stationed above him like this. He really has no way out of this pattern, so you shouldn't have like that big of a deal fighting him. He's actually a pretty simple boss for the most part. Ryu. Irene, are you alright? I see you are still alive, Ninja. What the? Take that. I find it hard to believe that a weakling like you was able to defeat Jakku. You, Ashtar, that sword! Some warrior you turned out to be. Die, little ninja. No! What the? Who are you? How did you get in here, you sewer rat? Hand over the sword and surrender. This tower is completely surrounded. If you want the sword, you'll have to follow me into the maze of darkness. Ryu! Irene. The sword. What is it? It's called a sword of chaos, grown out of the bone of the demon. The same way as your sword is supposed to come from the fang of the dragon. How can that be? How do you know? The name's Robert. I'm with the Special Intelligence U.S. Army. We have to stop Ashtar before his sword reaches full strength, at any cost. Hurry, Ryu. Hit Ashtar in the underground maze. Alright guys, we're going to be heading into the underground maze in the next part. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. This is Josh Dragon, signing out.